Welcome, folks, to another installment of Friday Night 80s Stephen King edition. Yes, I know last Friday there was no edition of that because I explained why, because of my evidence right here why, and I explained it a long time ago and stuff. So hopefully everything goes well. I'm doing all these reviews right on the Friday night. I'm not doing it, before Friday and then uploading like I was doing before. I'm doing it to the seat of my pants, pretty much. and stuff. And I want to see if I can get another review done tonight. Hopefully, it's still early. I got 8:45, so I'm gonna talk a lot about an 80s underrated action horror fun fucking movie, man. I mean, Maximum Overdrive. I mean, this is the film. It's probably the last thing that not Steven, I can't believe I was gonna say Stephen King. Imagine that. Fuck that. He probably get fucked up by the trucks. Or he probably do Aikido on the Green Goblin truck. That'd be ridiculous to see. Stephen King worked with Dino De Laurentiis, who around that time you could say he had a sort of a strange collaboration with. Because remember, you figure with I guess Cujo, like I talked about, with Dead Zone, with Firestarter, and of course Cat's Eye. And now I guess Stephen King, I guess around this time, was abusing drugs because he admitted it. There's more that when he wrote and directed this film, he was on cocaine. Now, I will say this. I know it's kind of mean to say. I mean, because he really puts down this movie a lot. A lot of people put down this film a lot. Some people, if they like it, they try to excuse it. Oh, it's a guilty pleasure. But no. I could say, well, not just me. I'm not alone. Because I know Matt. I know Mike. I know Kentucky Potato. He loves this film too. And three of us, me, Matt, and Mike, we did an episode, Three Crazy Guys, which I hope that commentary is still up. Because I don't think this is really owned by anybody, to be honest. I mean, the movie's been up on YouTube for a long time, and the DVD I have here is Plain Bone. I think it is part of a double feature they got with Raw Deal on Arnold Schwarzenegger film. I don't mind. A lot of people are not too fond of that one. I mean, it has its problems, but I could watch that movie. It's not a bad film. But it has its problems, though. But that'll be another day, another video. But, the movie gets shit on left and right these days. Even back then when it came out. This movie came out in the summer of 1986. Now, it went up against another 80s classic, which, I can't just say 80s classic period, Aliens. Came out the same year as you got Big Trouble in Little China. Same year you had Avenging Force, very good Michael Dudikoff film. A lot of movies that came out in 86. Even The Golden Child, which came out later in the year and stuff. And, it got chastised, they got criticized, they got a lot of shit. I think, might call them Puto Association of Assholes, MPAA, as everybody calls them. They did fuck with this film a bit. The way to sum up the plot of this, I remember Kentucky Potato, Mikey, when he left a comment, I think it was on Matt's reviews. Matt did a very epic review on this movie, which is a very good review. All your reviews are epic, by the way, Matt. All of them. I know Mike did a review of this. I want to hear Mario's thoughts on this. I don't think Mario's ever reviewed Maximum Overdrive. If you did, I'm sorry, maybe I don't remember, but I want to hear Mario's take on this movie. And Michael as well. And Aaron. All you guys out there, I would like to hear your thoughts on. I think when I met Joe, I know Movie Guru, he loves this film a lot. I know he did a great review of this. It's a fun film and stuff. And that's the problem today, believe it or not. I go a brief little rant there because I was just texting. I was back and forth PMing a very good guy on here, Marv, Kevin, Nancy forever, because he's forever. That's what he did. Tony, he did a good job on a tribute called Epic Fights and stuff. So I know he tried to put a specific fight in there, but VHD ended up fucking him, so he couldn't do it. But he did a good job with the clips he had, very good stuff and everything like that. And he sent me a clip or something for this video game called Lollipop Chainsaw. I know it's a weird fucking game, but it has some fun to it, though. That's something I think James Gunn is behind creating and stuff. James Gunn, you guys know who did. But anyway, I go into the overall topic. One day I'll go into a video just for that. But he was asking me, why this game caught so much flack? And I say the same reason this movie, Leviathan, the Blob remake, Predator 2, Rambo 3, Jacob's Ladder, any film from the 80s and the 90s, that got picked on a lot and still get picked on and mocked to this day, it's because of this. the public, which is sad to say, a bunch of fucking morons. Now, granted, I know everybody's entitled to like or dislike a film. That's okay. I mean, every film has a fan, and every film has a hater. It's understandable, but I know it's an old argument, but that's the gist of this. This movie gets shit along with Leviathan, the Blob remake, and hell, even The Fly 2, that gets shit as well. But even though that got a good DVD, but my whole point is, these films get shit. Even Phantasm 3, Lord of the Dead, which Matt did a very good review of the franchise and stuff. That's a good movie, and that got shit and stuff. The public don't like fun. It's like, God forbid, you can't put fun, action, and horror together in a movie anymore. And that's pitiful. It's like horror movies, nah. They're meant to horrify. They gotta be disturbing and mean-spirited and shitball endings. Action films, oh, they gotta be thought out. They gotta be, you know, very technical. They gotta be all shaky cam and all this shit. You seen a fight? No, I didn't. You gotta be all this shit, you know? And like that. Fun, and if you do put it in there, like you get an Expendables, or you get the tournament, or you get a Tucker and Dale, or you get Jackbook Monster Slayer. Okay, they make their little presence here and there, but then that's it. It's like they don't get the wide release they deserve and stuff. They don't. Hatchet 2, granted that's not the best compared to these films. That was in a theater, and they got pulled out of a theater because of the content. But meanwhile, in the same theater, they showed the last Saw film. So you tell me what's wrong with that. But meanwhile, people, they get to pass on Martyrs and the Serbian film and the Human Centipede 1 and 2. Inside, which I heard is a shitball movie, another one. All these other shitty films, they get the pass. Phantasm 4, Oblivion gets the pass. But not this movie. Why? Because it's fun, it's action. Likeable characters. Kick-ass soundtrack. That's why. Lollipop Chainsaw? No one likes it. Why? Because it's not thought-provoking. It's not technical. Oh, it's got to be, the game's got to be real serious. And you got to put the camera in this way. And you need to stay there and figure everything out. Nope. Sorry, you just get the chainsaw, do a couple of trick shots, and fuck up some zombies left and right. You got a decapitated head talking decapitated head with the boyfriend of the lead girl. That's not like a movie I would love to see. But it's not a movie, it's a video game, and that's getting shit on. I went to Best Splatterhouse. That game, the one that they revamped, which is, I seen a walkthrough of it, good game. That's probably getting shit. Because God forbid, you can't have fun and horror in the same sentence anymore. And if you do it, it's got to be a meta. Like shit in the woods, it's got to be a metaphor. The gods, and this, and you put a big giant hand and squashes the two people. It's got to be a metaphor. So, sorry, that's my little tiny thing there, you know. That's why movies like this are not received well. And I tell you right now, this movie kicks the fuck out of shit in the woods. And so I know Matt did an epic sequel rant to that movie. He gave it another shot, out of fairness. He gave his honest opinion to it, you know, but people gave him a lot of shit, which he don't deserve. He doesn't deserve this shit. If the man hates the film, so be it. Let him hate the film. What is all this nonsense? But you gotta change your mind. You gotta be with an open mind. Like, look, I don't want an open mind. You're not my boss. I'm not getting paid. Fuck off. You know, like that. That's it. But anyway, I go back to this film. So I just had to go a little bit there. Because I just was thinking about that when I PM'd my friend Tony about back and forth about this. I know Matt has talked about this in the past. A lot of you guys have talked about this and stuff. I know there's a new guy in here, movie buff guy, who did a very good, epic, kind of a spoof rant on Prometheus. You guys should look that up. Maybe I'll put the link to it down below there. Stuff like that. He's an up-and-coming guy. I hope he stays on track and stuff. Don't turn into a shitbirds or whatever, like some people do sometimes. They get 2 or 3 videos, they're good, and then after a while, they turn to the dark side. But you guys know my stories about that. But so far he's a nice guy. So let's see if he stays that way. He doesn't know about me, so that's a good thing. You know? But I know he's a fan of the 3 crazy guys and the BS cast and the discussion stuff that we've done with Prometheus and all stuff like that. That's what inspired him to make videos. So hopefully he keeps on doing it and everything works out great. But back to this film right here. This came out in 1986, and I want to get the budget for this film. I think it's vaguely important to talk about that, especially when you look at films today. On IMDb, this got a 4.9, too low. It doesn't deserve 4.9, I'm sorry. This, to me, deserves the mark that fucking Cabin, the shit in the woods got. It was based on a short story of Stephen King called Trucks, which I know later on got turned into a USA TV movie with Timothy Busfield, which is a very boring film. I remember watching a little bit of it one time. I know it's on YouTube and stuff. Are you gonna review it to make of this? No, because it didn't come out in the 80's. Ha ha. That's why. Someday I will. Who knows? Maybe that movie does need to get knocked off a peg or two. Let's see. Oh, it came out July 25th. The budget for this movie was $10 million. $10 million, and opening weekend was about $3. All right, it was $3 million opening weekend, and it only grossed over $7. That's pitiful, really. I don't know what people were expecting. I know Stephen King did a good trailer for it, where Stephen King was with his beard. He looked like he's coked up. He has his connecting eyebrow. Sometimes you want things done right. Yeah, do yourself. And stuff. What? The people were doing it right. I mean, he didn't do a bad job. That's kind of a little premature saying that. You want it done right, you do it yourself. You get a little creepy eyes and stuff like that. He does a cameo in the beginning of the film. I mean, this movie, of course, it has a good lead in this movie, which I wish he could have done more movies like this. And he was up and coming at the time, sort of, or at least he was already, thanks to John Hughes, he was becoming a name, and that is the one and only Emilio Estevez. And, you know, I mean, what to say about Emilio Estevez? I mean, he was in The Breakfast Club. He was in a couple of movies here and there. Everybody remembers that movie, Repo Man. No, not the one with Jude Law and Forrest Whitaker, but the one from the 80's, Repo Man, Harry Dean Stanton. I think he did say Almost Fire a little before this, which I thought was okay. You know, it's not my favorite. It was there and stuff. I like Breakfast Club more. He did this film, and right after this, I think he went on to go do Young Guns, which that's another good character. He did Billy the Kid, you know, very good character and stuff. Fun character. Then he decided to take on the director's chair. He directed this movie with Demi Moore we starred in called Wisdom, which I remember seeing a long time ago, not minding that much. And that's another film that caught a lot of flack, from what I understand, because of the ending. It wasn't a downbeat ending, but the ending that, anyway, I'll get to that when I review that movie. Then he did Young Guns 2. At the same time, he took on the director chair again to direct a comedy classic with his little brother Charlie Winning Sheen, Men at Work. That's another one I have on DVD-R, which I would love to review one day for you guys. Then he did, I guess, Loaded Weapon 1, which I wasn't a big fan of, sorry. Just was too goofy for his own good. Maybe I do have to give it another shot someday, you know, for him and Samuel Jackson. Throughout the 90s, he didn't do much. Oh, yeah, of course, Stakeout. I can't believe I forgot Stakeout. He was in that movie with the Dreyfuss, which I think that was a little bit after this film. Then the bullshit sequel, which was shitty. Then, of course, a lot of fans remember him. I know Mike, I think, was first introduced to Emilio Estevez through the Mighty Ducks films. I don't remember none of those films, to be honest. Then he went back to the director's chair again to do The War at Home, which I remember his performance was good in the film, with his father, Martin Sheen, in the film as well, and Kathy Bates. Then he pretty much, I guess, dropped out of sight for a little while. Nowadays, I think he's directing some movie with his father, Martin Sheen. He actually, I mean, I know like he caught somewhat a lot of issues with because they had that John Hughes tribute. I think it was at the movie awards or the music awards. I was one of the award shows. They had a John Hughes tribute, and they got everybody there, even Judd Nelson, Molly Ringwald, I believe Anthony Michael Hall, everybody pretty much. But he was nowhere to be found, and there was not even any statements of stuff like that. And I kind of find it strange, like, wow, Emilio Estevez didn't show up for that or nothing, you know, stuff like that. Because John Hughes kind of helped him put him on the map and stuff, even though the whole Brat Pack thing, you know, got labeled with him and stuff, and everything like that. But I know there was an interview I saw one time on YouTube with him. Seemed like a very nice guy. It's just he kind of stays out of the public eye a lot. Maybe more lately now, thanks to Charlie. I got Tiger Blood Sheen, you know, winning. Which I know recently he made a statement saying that his antics last year, he's sort of ashamed of it now and stuff. And everything like that. But it's too little too late, though. And he's kind of talking nonsense about, I'm leaving Hollywood. Yeah. Then next year he'll probably say, did I say I'm leaving Hollywood? Charlie Sheen, I don't know too much about. I know he's got that new FX series, which is based on Adam Sandler's movie Anger Management, which is supposed to come out sometime, I guess, next week and stuff. I guess he's gonna let that run for a little bit, and I guess he says he's, which is what he should have done in the first place after getting fired for 2.5 Men. Just get the fuck out of here. That's it. Stay somewhere, clean up your act, and just stay there. So Emilio Estevez kind of just stayed out of the way of the media and stuff and everything like that. He's been quiet on the situation with Charlie and stuff, so he just has a vineyard. He's still directing here and there. He's kind of a shy guy, stays with the public a little bit. But still, it would have been nice if he could at least, participate at least on that DVD they got for Breakfast Club. At least come in with Judd Nelson and Molly Wingman and Ali Sheedy. I know she showed up there as well and stuff. At least mingle with them, talk about it and stuff and everything like that. But there's a very underrated performance from him. He plays Bill Robinson. This is one of those movies, I think, like I said before, where Mikey, you said Kentucky Potato, that it's basically like a zombie outbreak movie, but instead of zombies, you got possessed trucks, semis. And these possessed trucks were being possessed and controlled by some sort of alien comet. So it's a B-movie idea. And it gets shit. Amazing. So, I mean, the movie opens up. AC/DC, I think, had a hand in doing the soundtrack for this. That was one of the songs that Hell's Bells, which I know I joked about on the fan commentary I did with my boys, that I always thought the song was Hell Smells. It's an embarrassing thing about now. This stuff, Who Made Who, for Those About to Rock, which has a song. I always forgot that it was in this movie for some reason, because it comes in briefly. That whole thing also with Shake Your Foundations. That song that plays in the end titles, She Shook Me All Night Long, which that's my theme for summer. Especially for the Terminator character to play Cameron, She shook me all. She was a fast machine. Well, she was a fast machine, The lyrics fit with it. I know somebody did a tribute for that a long time ago and stuff. And everything. But, great soundtrack. The movie moves at a very, very fast pace. As I say, this movie, along with Tremors, Tremors 2, Aftershocks, the Blob remake, a lot of films from the 80s, a lot of horror films that we love, that everybody shits on, their pacing, along with this film, kicks the shit out of the pacing you see today. Some of these horror films that get all the praise. Wow, it's artistic, it's dark, it's gritty. You know what's dark and gritty? My shit. If I take a shit in a bowl and I show it to you guys, that's dark, that's gritty. And you know what else? It stinks. That's what it stinks. And stuff. Like all these other horror movies today, they stink. I need a drink. Oh, damn. I should have drank like this. Nah, fuck it, I'll be classy. I'll put it in a glass. And I was a little bit like that there because I was drinking soda before. Salud. So they don't like about these bottles too much. The spirit goes in the soda. But still cold though. So the movie is strange because the movie takes place in June 1987. A year into the future, I guess you could say. A comet sweeps over the Earth or whatever, and I guess it's putting some kind of thing in the atmosphere which is making the machines turn on its people. And it has a very good opening. Whereas this guy, that you see, it takes place in Wilmington, North Carolina, where you see this front of this bank, where you know how he has those signs that say the bank and the temperature and the time and shit, but this thing has a light that says fuck and it says you fucking. And then there's a guy going to the MTA, what do you call that, the Mac machine, pretty much, to probably put in his code PIN number to get money out of the machine. And then the machine just says, you are an asshole. Then the glasses open up. You realize it's Stephen King. Honey, come on here, sugar buns. This computer's calling me an asshole. After I see the thing, asshole, and you get the Who Made Who. It's another great song. Oh, man. Then you get this great sequence that opens up. We see these two guys. That's one thing. Another good example about this film and Leviathan and the first Alien and even the Bloody Valentine, the original one. Blue collar vibe. Wait, Trimmers. I can't believe I forgot Trimmers. Trimmers. Blue collar vibe. I want that again in a horror movie. Blue collar vibe. People are like me and you. Not pretty boy, baby face, Channing Tatum wannabes and shit. None of that bullshit, you know? Fuck it. Down and dirty. Hey, I make a living out here type of people. None of this bullshit about, I think I make a living, but look at my clean face. Gleaming teeth. Fuck that. Take that gleaming teeth and go to the fucking, whatever, I don't know, go to hell. I can't think of any clever word. That's it. Listen, get an F on the F scale. I get lost words on that one. But, you know, you have these two guys who are playing cards. Pretty much, one guy is picking his nose and stuff, and they're just playing cards there and stuff. And out of nowhere, it's one of these bridges where the bridge opens up. Type of bridge, you know, when you get a boat that comes in, the bridge opens up. A very good scene there, where the bridge slowly starts opening up by itself. Now, I know for a fact the latest, or should I say, prequel of the Final Destination movie tried to do this. I know people love that scene. I seen clips of it. A guy at my job had it. He was watching on his eye monitor or whatever, eye screen shit or whatever. I saw it. I was not impressed. This movie did it miles better, my humble opinion. If you've seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about. Basically, the bridge opens up, and you start seeing one guy in a motorcycle falling back, and he goes, whee, right into the ocean. You know he's dead. Then a truck falls down, and you get a watermelon truck that comes out of nowhere, and you get a person getting attacked by a watermelon through the thing. But they don't get killed. They just come right out. They fall over because the watermelon slippery. You got two guys like stoners in this AC/DC van that's going this way and stuff. And then the guy who's picking his nose, who works with where the drawbridge is at, or where that bridge is at and stuff. The old guy and the young guy. What's going on? Don't jam into your phone. What is good? Get to see we are situation here. And stuff like that. And it opens up, and great way to open a movie with AC/DC's Who Made Who. And then we're introduced to the villain. Ultimate villain of this movie, I would say. The Green Goblin semi-truck. It's amazing to me, since Marvel made a big fucking thing about Dolph Lundgren having a Punisher skull on his, you know, wearing the Punisher skull for the '89 movie, right? But meanwhile, and for them, for what is it, Canon not being allowed to use the Spider-Man thing because of the rights or whatever. But meanwhile, they didn't say nothing about this movie and stuff. But fuck it, I mean, they wouldn't have got the movie. So hey, maybe if they feel, hey, let it go with this one. Then they see how this bomb, like, no, we're holding on to the rights. That's what happened by a bunch of cokehead faggots and stuff. So, and everything. But I will say this, I forgot to mention this. Stephen King, you're an asshole. I say that because he's an asshole because, you know, he says, oh, but I was coked up when I made this movie. I'm sorry. I don't think it's actually drugs. I actually think the man, okay, it missed to hit the mainstream audience because of the release date. That's what I gotta say, it's the release date. If this movie could have been released in October of '86, maybe it would have had a fighting chance. Oh yeah, another thing that came out in '86, Friday the 13th Part 6, Jason Lives. Remember that? That came out in 1986. That's another one. That's that's my favorite slasher movie, along with Part 7. Remember my list I made and stuff? That's a good template and stuff, along with the fourth Friday the 13th movie. The Friday the 13th Part 6, Jason, that came out the same year. You know, that was a hit. It's still Paramount before it became Parapricks and stuff. Even though the way they treated that franchise was terrible. But back to this movie again. You know, they should have released this in October, and you know, Stephen King was nonsense. But it was on drugs. I don't believe it's drugs in him. I actually think the man honestly made a fun movie, lo and behold, and he seen how everybody was criticizing him, chastising him about it and stuff, and all this stuff. And then he figured, well, I'll blame drugs. Nah, sorry. I disagree, really. I know Stephen King's been through a lot the past couple of years. Like he was in that horrible car accident and stuff and everything like that. Nowadays, he does these TV miniseries. Granted, a lot of people love. Me, no. Sorry, it is the Stephen King from this era I enjoy. Even The Graveyard Shift, granted, he didn't direct that. I mean, it was based on a short story, which I heard wasn't all that. The movie kicks that ass. Take it, stop, search. I know Matt's laughing because he knows what that means. One day I want to review Graveyard Shift. That's the one I would like to talk about one day. So that's a fun creature feature movie. See, another fun creature feature when I get shit, which doesn't deserve. So, he blames drugs, and I don't think it's drugs. I think, honestly, he set out to make a good film, which he did, but a lot of the mainstream people and the highbrow people didn't like it. I still say it's got to be the release date, because he released it in the summer. I know some people label it as a junk food film. I like junk food, so I guess I love junk food. So that means I love this movie, right? So, oh, you got these people. So we got the Green Goblin truck, and the driver of the truck is actually I want to get the character's name because I recognize the actor, Handy, who's played by Frankie Faison. Now, you might recognize Frankie Faison because Frankie Faison was best known for being in Silence of the Lambs, and I think he had a cameo in Hannibal. I remember him from this little sitcom he did back in the early 90s called True Colors, which was a fun sitcom, which I'd like to revisit someday. And he was also in this other film that I thought was very underrated, which I gotta review someday as well, with Jim Caviezel, called Highwayman. He was in that film as well. And guess what? In this movie, Silence of the Lambs, and then that film, Highwayman, he's the black guy in those films. And guess what? He doesn't die. I know, long behold, right? Frankie Faison doesn't get killed in these films, and that's a plus. Granted, I haven't seen Silence of the Lambs in years. I'm not a very big fanboy of the film, stuff like that. But one day I'll get into the Hannibal Lecter stuff. One day in the future. There's so much on my plate. So he drives into the Dixie Boy truck stop, which we meet our characters. You have we got our waitress, Ellen McElduff, who plays Wanda Jane. It's a truck stop waitress who, sad to say, I guess didn't go on to do much. I guess last thing she did was something called Memphis Beat. She did TV Law and Order. She had a recurring role on Oz, that TV series on HBO. Homicide, a lot of TV stuff, I guess. And stuff. Yeah, she was in Oliver Stone's JFK. She was in that movie Desperate Hours, I guess, with Mickey Rourke. So she didn't go on to do much, sad to say. And stuff. But she plays one of the supporting characters, Wanda Jane, and stuff, the waitress of the Dixie Boy. We have, of course, Emilio Estevez, who plays Bill Robinson. We got, what is it, this other guy here? I want to get this other actor's name. Let's see if we can find him in here. Pat Miller, who plays Joe. I know I made fun of him in the fan commentary because I say the way the guy sounds and the way he looks a little bit, he makes me think of a live-action version of Chris Griffith from Family Guy. If you know what's his Family Guy? Dad! He has that same voice. I remember I had the guys cracking up when I said that. You guys know he does sound like a live action version of Chris Griffith. It's too bad. Shit, I got no more Coke. Well, not that kind of Coke. Not that kind, but this kind of Coke. Coca-Cola. Which is brought to you by what's left of Coca-Cola. So we got him. We got all these other guys in the Dixie Boy place. And of course, I cannot forget the one and only Pat Hangle, who plays Bubba Hendershot. Hey, Bubba. That's right. Come to this place right now. Yeah, Bubba. I like Pat Hangle. Pat Hangle caught a lot of flack. Pat Hangle is known because I think he started out his career working a lot in Clint Eastwood films. Like he had a small part in The Gauntlet. I know a little bit before this film he had done Sudden Impact, another one he did there. He's best known from the Tim Burton Batman. I think it was Tim. Yeah, also yeah, and even I think the rest of the Batman films after that, besides Nolan's Batman movies, playing Commissioner Gordon and stuff. And Pat Hangle also had a small part in Brewster's Million as well, and everything like that. So fortunately, I don't think he's with us anymore. But it is a very fun character he played. He passed away, ironically enough, in January 3rd, 2009. He was 84 years old and stuff like that. And you know, this is one of his memorable parts, in my humble opinion, and stuff. Oh, he was in Talladega Nights. I didn't know he was in that movie. Wow. Yeah, the Ballad of Ricky Bobby. Yes, he was in the last. Yeah, he was in Batman and Robin. Oh wow, he was in the Shining miniseries. Really? Oh man. But anyway, Pat Angle is greatly missed. This is a very memorable character and stuff. He starts. He's a boss. He's a boss man. I'm sure all of us probably had or probably still have pretty much. But to the next level, one of those guys we don't like that much, pretty much. Robinson, come here, boy. I got eggs on. I don't care. I don't give a squat. I got eggs on. Come here, boy. That's the. Yeah, so he comes in. I want to see if they have quotes in this here. Do they have quotes? It's Goose. Let's see. Let's see. Fuck, is it? I hate when they do this stuff. Let's see. I don't give a ladybug. He says something like that. Let's see if I can find it. Okay. It's not many quotes in here, sad to say, really. And stuff like that. I want to get some stuff in there, but you know, Pat Hangle does a great job. I don't think I could do him justice, really. God, but you know, he does a great job. Basically, we get a little bit of backstory that Emilio Estevez's character Bill, or like Matt will call him, or how they fuck with him on the commentary track to Young Guns with Lou Diamond Phillips, Darren Maroney, and Casey Shamasco. That's a fun commentary track where they fuck with, because they had a thing with Emilio Estevez on the set of that movie, and they say, "Hey Billy, hey Billy, Billy." I don't know, Matt means, but hey Billy. Matt Lee's character's name is Billy here. Is that he comes in and tells him that let me get this straight. You want me to work 9 hours, but you want me to punch in for only 8. That's right. You must be kidding. No, I'm not. See that star right there in your car right there? That means you're parolee. It's my world you're in now, boy. My world. So he goes going down nonsense and stuff like that. And then when he goes to put back his time card, he sees on the thing right there in the roster, it turns out that Hendershot has a lot of parole guys working for him and stuff. Maybe second-time offenders and stuff. And we see Wanda, you know, the waitress, real sweetheart, you know, trying to do the thing right there, and she's trying to get the thing to work. I can't get pink turkey on this. And then Handy Frankie Faison with, when he's first jerking with that turkey, you know, can you get me some coffee? Light coffee? The way she looks at it and stuff. And a lot of fun. She's there. She's trying to take care of the grill because, you know, Bill had to go talk to Pat Hangle's character. Bill had to go talk to the Bubba, pretty much, Hendershot. And, you know, she's there trying to fry the eggs, whatever's left it on the grill. And a fucking motorized knife, electric knife, comes to life and cuts her right in the fucking hand. Practical effects. We got all practical, old school effects. Then it comes down and tries to go at her. And it's a good idea. And it starts trying to cut her shoe and stuff. And then people there, oh, darling, are you okay? He just trying to attack me. And then, of course, me and Stevens comes with the hammer and whacks the shit out of it. But it doesn't end there. Then we introduce this other character. We have the female in the film, Laura Harrington, which I liked her a lot. I mean, I don't think she got on to do much, right? She has a good dialogue because she had hitched a ride with this guy who's a Bible salesman, some character named Camp Loman and stuff. It's good dialogue right here, where the guy is being kind of a fresh motherfucker and everything like that. He's touching her leg and shit. She's trying to listen to the radio, and then she gives a good line: "If you don't get your hand off my leg, you're gonna be wiping your ass with a hook the next time you take a dump." I never heard no talk like that when I was a boy. You know, so you get all that fun stuff. I want to get the actor's name who played Camp Loman. I've seen him before in a couple of movies. I don't know if he's still running around. Christopher Murney. I know I fuck up again when I do that thing. Christopher Murney, who I guess is still running around. Christopher Murney, I remember him because he was the bad guy in The Last Dragon. And also, he was also in another fun film, which I want to get in my collection. Right, a movie that's grown on me over the years. He played the asshole foreman of Michael J. Fox's character in The Secret of My Success and stuff. He was fun in that film as well. And like that. Oh, he's doing voice acting now. Wow. He's in Red Dead Redemption. He plays a pedestrian background character voice. Let's see. He did voice acting on Grand Theft Auto, Vice City Stories. Wow. He even did voice acting in that video game that's based on the George Romero movie, Land of the Dead, Road to Fiddler's Green. Wow. He's done some decent stuff here and there. Okay. But anyway, Christopher Murney plays this Bible salesman. He was kind of an asshole guy or whatever, you know, being fresh with the girl, Laura Harrington. I want to see what she's gonna to do, Laura Harrington. Okay, she's from Michigan. Oh, she was in The Devil's Advocate. Okay. She was in that movie, Paulie. She was in What's Eating Gilbert Grape? Really? Let's see. Amy Grape. She was a member of the family? Really? Well, I gotta see What's Eating Gilbert Grape again. I remember not minding that film that much, to be honest. I thought Johnny Depp was very good as the lead. So was Leonardo DiCaprio. I keep forgetting he was in that movie and stuff. Oh, she did an episode. Yeah, she did an episode where she had, I guess, a recurring character in Quantum Leap. Wow. Let's see, did she do anything after Maximum Overdrive? Well, nothing much. A lot of TV stuff. She did something called 1201, which I think that's a short movie that they gave on Showtime a long time ago. I think Jonathan Silverman is in that. It came out in 1990. Quantum Leap. Last thing she did was something called Providence. That was back in 1999. I guess she hasn't done acting since. She was in Devil's Advocate. I can't believe it. She played Melissa Black. That's a movie I didn't mind that much. I mean, it's good performance by Al Pacino and Keanu Reeves, but it's not one I want to own in my collection, to be honest. You know, maybe I'll review that in the future. But she's there, and basically what happens is it becomes sort of like a siege thing, you know, pretty much. You have one guy there named Duncan who's trying to fill up the truck pretty much with the gas pump. This is always a scene that gets to me a little bit, because I mean, it's like one of those things that, you know, when you do certain things, like something that's going to spit out at you, you always look carefully, and out thanks to this movie and shit. And he points at things to realize it's not going. He's trying to blow it. What the fuck is this? Then all of a sudden, the diesel shoots out and hits him in the eyes and stuff like that. And then there's this weird scene there where you have this guy who's a black guy, right? He's in the area where they have the arcade and the pinball machines and shit. And I guess the place is going weird. You see change and everything pop out and the video games stuff. And of course, when you see all these quarters and dimes and stuff, he's putting everything in his pocket, in the cigarette machine. He's like, okay, put this in my pocket, put this in my pocket. Filling up everything in his pockets and shit. Until something stupid happens and he sees the video game doing some weird thing. I guess he gets hypnotized when he touches it. Gets fried, pretty much. and all that stuff happens. Then you get a good scene, it cuts away, which I didn't mind this kid, actually. Halter Graham, who played Deke Keller, who was the son of the character of Duncan, pretty much. J.C. Quinn, that actor. And stuff. I don't know what Halton Graham's gone on to do, but he did a very good job, really. I don't know what he's gone on to do. Wow, he's done voice acting as well. Star Wars: The Old Republic, Red Dead Redemption. Wow, he did an episode of TV series Damages, video game voice Manhunt 2, episode New York Undercover. Let's see, he had a small part in a movie Cryberry, Johnny Depp. It's a movie called Fly Away Home. Some movie called The Curse from 1999, not the 80's one with Will Wheaton. He did additional voices for the Warriors video game. He did an episode of Rescue Me, so I guess he's sort of working, sort of, and stuff. But he did a very good job. I guess he was in the 1988 Hairspray movie as well. Wow, it's decent resume and stuff. But Halton Graham, I think he did good for a child actor. He wasn't annoying. His reaction to things was genuine, I felt. It wasn't over the top. Like, if you had a kid actor today, they'd probably fuck it up, but he did a good job. He's in this baseball game, pretty much, and I guess playing baseball, maybe Little League game and stuff. And I guess they win. And the coach of the team is going to the vending machine, the soda machine, to get some drinks for the kids. And he puts the machine through there, and he puts the money in the money. The money isn't coming out. The drinks are not coming out. Then I know he looks down. A fucking soda machine comes out and shoots him right in his nuts. And then, right away, you can tell NBA fucked around with this. Because the can hits him right here. He gets knocked out. Then the soda machine just starts shooting up. And then the kid, Deke, Halton Graham, he looks closer and you see a big gush that they can. But it's right between his eyes, though. But when you see it get hit, it's to his temple. So you can say maybe there was an extra scene there that got fucked up. I think there was a rare VHS that was unedited, but it's very, very hard to find. I know Mike is on a mission. He's trying to find it. I wish him luck. I hope he can find it and stuff. Because there's a scene where a giant steamroller comes in, unmanned. Of course, it's being possessed by this comet. And I think there was a thing, I heard a story about how Stephen King, I guess he was showing this to George Romero, and George Romero got sick. Where the steamroller ran over the kid, and I guess there was a bit of a longer sequence, not mean-spirited, but I guess where you see the blood remains of the kid or whatever on the steamroller and stuff. But that made George Romero throw up. That's strange. It made the Zombie King throw up pretty much. And the kid gets on the bicycle, which I had that same bicycle by the way when I was a kid, and runs away from it, rides away from it. And then it cuts where we introduce these other two characters, which are another part of the movie that makes you smile, pretty much. We got John Short, who plays Curtis, and his wife, Yardley Smith, a.k.a. Lisa Simpson herself, who plays Connie. And, you know, they're both together in the car. They just got married and then like that. And they're about to pull into a truck, I guess, to a gas station to get some gas. And I guess they find a guy dead. And, you know, Connie, Yardley Smith's character, is probably one of the things people not too shabby about the film. But I thought it was fun. She's not in the movie that much to fuck up the movie. But she works in the balance that she's there, though. She's over the top in a fun way. Not, you know, over the top in a stupid way like you see in some movies today. Like no me repeats. She's over the top in a stupid way, ignorant way. This one, well, she's not our lead, so you can't get mad at her that much. At least, which is fun to watch though. Curtis, is he dying? I remember when I did the character, I started laughing. I kept thinking, no, he's taking a permanent nap, honey. It's just great. And then out of nowhere, there's a truck coming at him, and he's trying to signal the guy, hey! And the truck comes charging toward him, misses him. Curtis! And you see it pans around. Curtis, are you dying? That's a stupid thing to say to anybody. Are you dead? Like, the person dead's gonna respond, come back to life. Yes, I am. Don't bother me. You know, a good robot chicken spoof would be a good one for right there. But no, he gets up, he sees there's nobody in the truck. He's like, what's going on? And then he goes, he hugs his woman. The truck starts up, get a good song. Bam, bam, boom, 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 boom. Very good. AC/DC did a good job with the score. She drives away. Curtis, don't yell at me, Curtis! So it cuts back to the people at the Dixie Boy. And the great scene where you have Deke. He's coming to his neighborhood pretty much. I guess the burbs. A very good scene. I like the way it's done, where he's reacting to everything around him pretty much, and he's taking it into strong stride. You know, people say, "Oh, but that's not realistic." Not every person that sees horrible things goes and screams about it. Sometimes you gotta take it into stride, not break down yet. You know, you gotta try to be strong in the situation. Try. You know, I guess some people don't see it that way, but he's a good scene where he's, you know, looking around. He sees a dog got killed by a toy police car in his mouth. You see another guy. I guess I don't know what the fuck happened. I guess he was listening to his Walkman and the shit got loud. I guess it fucked him up like this on the porch. Another guy has been fucked up by a lawnmower. We see another scene there where I guess he sees a girl in her bra, young girl, nice looking girl, and she's just dead out the window like this. You don't know what the fuck happened to her, and he gives it more like a sad reaction. Now you can pretty much tell by the look on his face what's really going on there. Like, you probably say, damn, I knew this guy. Wow, I remember that dog. Damn, I used to look at that girl across the way and stuff. Wow. It's messed up. Damn. You know, like, more like that, you could tell. You don't have to say it. That's good acting. But no, it's a junk food movie. Yeah, fuck, man. So, yeah, ice cream truck unmanned. I know the biggest argument people complain about this movie is that, but if the electric knife comes to life, the Walkman's killing people, a lawnmower comes to life, an ice cream truck and semis, and later on a bulldozer and a little golf cart with an M60 on it comes to life, even an unmanned airplane flying, why not the cars that people are driving? I can answer that. Why? Because Stephen King did that already in Christine. That's why. I know it's a cheap shot, but that's the bullshit I'm gonna stick with. That's it. The same way people use bullshit stuff to defend movies that are bullshit. Like, they use bullshit to defend Prometheus and shit in the woods. They use bullshit, or it's Phantasm 4, but it's a deep story about as deep as a cooch. That's how deep of a story that is. That's a different video, different day. But a lot of stuff goes on. He ends up getting over there. Curtis and Connie, John Short and Gary Smith, they're in the car. They find the Dixie Boy. You start seeing the trucks circle the Dixie Boy. Another big argument people say, why didn't the truck just go through the truck stop? Because if you do that, there'd be no movie. Duh. So Curtis comes up with an idea that he's gonna take the car and drive through, because he sees a gap there. It just go right through, right? But fortunately, he fucks up, hits the car, good stunt, and goes boom. And Connie's bitching and bitching and bitching. Oh God, look at this! Oh my God, what's he doing? Curtis, get him out of here, you asshole! And the Brett, Laura Harrington and Bill, they come to the rescue and get him out of there. Because, you know, Pat Hangle really has a good time. You can tell at least the people made me had a good time, at least. Gets a bazooka. Yeah, brother, that's right, he's my brother. Blows up a truck. All practical. And everything like that. Here's my views, brother. Boom, blows up another truck. And everything. I would get the right quotes right, but some asshole in IMDb didn't put it on. If I say some asshole gave it 4.9 and shit. So, you know, Bill tries to ask, hey, do you got more of those downstairs? And then the Chris Griffin wannabe says, yeah, we got shut your pie hole, bubba. And stuff like that. And then, of course, you have a scene there later on when Camila starts questioning him when he's on the fucking crapper. You hear, like, leave me alone, Billy. Get out of here. You're going to get us all out of trouble. We're already in a lot of trouble. Go downstairs and you see he's got a whole fucking arsenal right there, ready to start a coup and stuff, man. And pretty much all that's going on there is that you get a little bit of a little slight backstory, pretty much, because Bubba Hendershot tells Lori Harrington what Mr. Davis was arrested for. I guess it was selling drugs or it was a robbery. I wasn't exactly sure too much on it. But we get the idea he was in jail, so I think we don't spend too much dwelling on that, I guess. You know, straight to the point and stuff. And then Lori Harrington feels sorry for him, gives him a piece, which is good and stuff. And comes up with a little idea about, I guess they heard on the radio this comet is doing this to these machines, making these trucks and everything come to life. That if they can survive 7 days, the comet passes, maybe it'll be okay. They can hold out there. And the media still talks about an idea about getting into a sailboat and going somewhere to this place where there's no motorized vehicles allowed and stuff till the comet passes and stuff. You know, all right. It's kind of the idea we've seen in zombie films before and stuff and everything like that. Okay. So, it's no problem there. I don't mind it and stuff. Great. So, pretty much, they start hearing the Bible salesman guy, because you have a good scene there in the beginning where I guess the Green Goblin truck or some of the other trucks, they fuck up his car and he gets mad. Whoa, you motherfucker! You wanna rock and roll with me? Come on! And then out of nowhere, you know, Milo starts trying to get him out. Get back inside, you idiot! You're fucking like, come on! And then the Green Goblin truck backs up and knocks him out of his shoes right into the mud like a pig and shit right there. And later on that night, he's screaming, "Help me! Help me! Help me!" and shit. And all that happens there. And the kid ends up making it over there and stuff by bike, but he sees there's a sewer drain there. He can't get through because it's all wired up and stuff. So pretty much it's a good scene, I guess, where Emilio Estevez, character Bill, and Curtis, John Short, you know, they go together, and that's where you get that song, you know, for those about to rock, I salute. You get that song, okay? Fun back and forth between these guys and stuff, and everything like that. You know, say, how many people piss in this water? I don't know. And then all of a sudden, you know, shit, you was feeling that. And then John Short with that whole thing with Curtis, he says, hey, how's it taste? Everything like that. And pretty much, and everything like that. Then Emilio Estevez, you know, that, I can't do that, Mr. Laugh. He sees a rat there, he goes up, suddenly your friend, what the fuck? He says a rat to him or whatever. So they have a little bit of back and forth there. And of course, Deke bumps into the Bible salesman, grabs him and stuff. Pull me out. I can't, too heavy. Pull me out or I'll kill you. Pull me out. And stuff. And then what happens is, Emilio Estevez, John Short, they get to him. The Bible salesman, I guess, is dead. I think there was some kind of deleted scene, I guess. I don't know. Let's see. Well, they made that Dixie Boy truck stop, actually. And according to the trivia, it was so convincing that truckers tried to stop in, and eventually the producers had to put announcements in local papers saying the Dixie Boy was just a movie set. That'd be cool. Hey, I want some gas and food. Let's see. An accident did occur during the making of the film, during shooting in suburb in Wilmington, North Carolina, where a radio-controlled lawnmower used in the scene went out of control and struck a block of wood used as a camera spot, shooting out wood splinters, which injured the director of photography, Armando Nazaz. As a result, he lost his right eye. Nazar sued Stephen King February of 1987 for $18 million in damages. The suit was settled out of court. Okay. If you listen closely, you can hear the ice cream truck's tune is King of the Road. I didn't notice that. While shooting the scene, the steamroller rampage across the baseball, then Stephen King requested that SF, the SFX department placed a bag of fake blood near a dummy of a young player who would be run over by it. The desired effect will be that of a smear of blood would appear on the steamroller and be smeared on the grass over and over, like a printing press. While filming the scene, however, the bag of blood exploded too soon and sprayed everywhere, making it appear as if the boy's head also exploded. King was thrilled with the result, but censors demanded the shot be cut, because that was the scene that George Romero got sick watching. But look at this. AC/DC was selected to make the music for this film by Stephen King himself. I want to see interviews with AC/DC, how they look back on this film. They don't do soundtracks for movies that much, to be honest. I think the biggest thing they do now is with the Iron Man, I guess the Iron Man 2 or whatever. Let's see. While filming the scene when the ice cream truck flips over, the stunt didn't go according to plan. A telephone pole sized beam of wood was placed inside so it would flip and over but it only flipped once and slid on its roof right into a camera gene pool dolly grip on the film. Pulled the cameraman out of the way at the last second, so somebody almost got killed. Let's see. When all the chaos has started, there is a scene of some people on a speedboat under the drawbridge as it is opening. These people are actually members of AC/DC. I didn't notice that. I can't believe I watched the movie a bunch of times. Wow. There's a lot of good facts on the film, and the DVD has nothing. You know, really, oh, this is an interesting thing. Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer had originally released the film along with Manhunter in 1986. As the last two films of a deal between producer Dino De Laurentiis and the studio. After De Laurentiis bought Embassy Pictures and renamed it De Laurentiis Entertainment Group, that's that thing you see with the tiger that pops up in the beginning of Manhunter and Raw Deal and this movie. He chose to distribute the film himself, and the last two films in the deal didn't happen until the 1990s. That's where the dog got hit. Yay. Yay. Wow. So that explains a lot. So a lot of interesting stuff. This will make a good documentary. But you know, they're not gonna, eventually they do a documentary, they might rip the movie to shreds. And stuff like that. Milo Estevez never talks about this film. I don't know if the cast will talk about this film. It'd be nice to hear it. But I wouldn't bet maybe they'll put it down. Because I don't know, there's not really a big fan base for this. That's good. Hit that fucking dog. That's right. And everything like that. So, make a long story short, you got a great scene when the truck pulls in and stuff like that, and the whole thing with the guy that comes in there, what the fuck's going on? It's a very good scene. Just comes out of nowhere, boom, what the fuck's going on? And yeah, nothing like that. And of course, that's when you get that little golf cart that pulls up with the M60 machine gun and just starts. Pretty much, I guess what happens is it comes with a bulldozer, and the bulldozer, I guess, fucks up the car of Pat Hangel's character, and he gets pissed. I teach them sons of bitches. Takes the bazooka, gets one shot in, and shoots pretty much blows the lid off the forklift, not doing much damage to it. But then the M60 machine gun comes in, lays him out, fucks up the what the fuck's going on guy. He gets fucked up. And everything. Then you get a good scene, which I was sad to see her go. I wish her character could have more to do, but hey, you know, it was there. Wanda has her moment. We made you! We made you! She doesn't do anything to them, but I guess they're evil. They don't do it. They light her up, and she lets off her load, and fires right on a beer truck. So the beer is all over the place. And stuff. She gets killed. Then they communicate Morse code, basically saying they're running out of gas and stuff. And Milo Estevez' character comes up with an idea. You just gotta give him this gas. What's to say, okay, the truck's coming in, we can hide in the basement. But what's to say that guy is not gonna come here and get napalm, radio and a napalm thing, and level us out? So he comes up with an idea where he covers up the remains of what's left of Wanda. he walks over to the Green Goblin truck. Like, automatically he knows that Green Goblin truck's the leader, which, yeah, I excuse it, why not? He's got to be a leader. Why? Because he's the Green Goblin. That's why. Green Goblin does more here than the fucking Spider-Man movie, in my humble opinion. The Spider-Man movie. But, tells him that I got the best stuff in the East Coast, uncut. And like, you tell your boys, pumps are open. Got that, fuckface? You see the eyes light up. Then you get that good scene there where you got Hell's Bells and everything like that. Yeah, I did the song for that already. And they fill up all the trucks and everything. So I guess Emilio Estevez's character, God. Now, just reading something over here. Stephen King, being a former cocaine addict, later admitted that he was coked out of his mind the entire time he was making this picture and often didn't know what he was doing. He remarked that he'd like to try directing again someday, this time sober. I don't think that'd be a good idea, though. I've seen the stuff that he's done now. Granted, he hasn't been hands-on with it. I don't know. But I thought he did a good job for being... I don't buy that coked up story, really. I really don't. I don't buy that. There's no way you could get fucked up and do things at the same time. I know some people say, oh, when some actors do that. They get coked up and they go over the top. Like Tom Sizemore and stuff. Or whatever. Or Robert Downey Jr. during the time period, I guess. When he did Less Than Zero or whatever. That was a good performance because he was coked up, pretty much. But, you know, then Emilio Estevez has this thing over here where he says this dialogue. It's basically referring to the whole thing with the comet and all stuff like that, even though it makes no sense. And I guess the idea is supposed to be, you know, whole idea regarding, I think it's over here. Let me see. Let's see. Let's see. I know it was over here. It isn't a comet. It's a broom. Imagine if you're a race of aliens, right? And you're looking for a new place to live. Say you're looking for a planet you like you and I are looking for a new place to live, new house. So here's Earth. It's only like the big old house, and it's kind of polluted, dirty, and smoky. Grease on the walls, shooting the chimney. So they send in their installer, house cleaners. They send in their broom, sweep us all up. That's what this it is. It's a broom. Using our own machines to sweep us right off. Like, basically trying to give his opinion of what was going on. Alright, so, you know, this all goes on there until finally Bill has enough and takes a grenade, puts it on that fucking golf cart with the M60 and blows it up. And they basically make a hole. I guess they have a hole there, but they gotta cut the wire to drain and stuff. Which I don't know why they didn't just all go through there before, but if you did that, there'd be no movie. Haha. Because, I mean, I think they went through a drain before, right? When they went to go get the kid. So I guess there's another drain, maybe going out or something like that, where the truck didn't block, I guess. And they cut a hole through there, and because you get that Shake Your Foundation music playing, when all the trucks just go ape shit and start going through the fucking Dixie Boy, that's when Emilio says this thing here. Jesus is coming, and he is pissed. And then it goes through there and get big fucking explosion. Wow, 10 million well spent. Then they try to make it to this marina, this whatever they're gonna get on this boat. There's a sailboat, no motor, nothing like that. Just to sail away for a couple of days to this little island where there's no motorized stuff till the comet passes. That's the plan. It's all part of the plan. So you go there, and of course you get the scene right there where they're by a burger stand or one of those drive-through things where They got the kid there with a little machine gun, Deke. And he goes, humans here, humans here, humans here. He goes, take this, my father, you son of a bitch. He shoots up the whole thing, and he don't want the gun no more. Then, of course, you got the scene there where Curtis and, of course, Brett, they fire at the ice cream machine. I mean, not the ice cream machine. Yeah, the ice cream milkshake. Nah, ice cream truck and stuff. And they fire it. That's when you get that little thing with the camera almost got killed, you know, and stuff. And then pretty much, you know, they're real close to the marina until one of the guys, I didn't recognize the actor. It's actually Leon Ripper, who you guys might remember. He played Dr. Hay in Haig, I think, from your first Universal Soldier. You know, the scientist that brought Van Damme and Dolph and all the Unisouls back. That's Leon Ripper. He also was in Moon 44, and he also had a small part in the Mel Gibson movie, The Patriot. He's worth a role in Emmerich, I guess, a lot. He's in that small scene. I didn't recognize, oh shit, Leon Ripper. Plays one of the guys in the truck stop, I guess, where you see this woman, I guess, who's dead by the car. I guess, gee, there you go, car did do something. That the window rolled up, I guess, choked her, and he's trying to get the diamond ring off her and stuff. She doesn't mind fucking with the dead until the Green Goblin truck comes along, runs his ass over, like that. And then the truck is about to come to him. They try to fire on it, but it doesn't work. And then Emilio Estevez has the rocket launcher, gives a good one-liner, which I miss one-liners like this. Adios, motherfucker! Right into the mouth of Green Goblin truck. It just red and blows the fuck up. They got who made who. They get on the boat, of course, Connie, Yardley Smith. Hey, you know I get seasick. Blah, those are my cookies. Blah. So well. Then you see, I guess that some UFOs, they see a cue card, some UFO was blown up by the Russians, and now the comet passed, and people in Dixie Boy are alive and well, still surviving. It's a kick-ass fucking movie, pretty much. A lot of horror movies today take note from movies like this, of how you make a movie fun again. I'm not saying every single movie today sucks. I mean, you get a Tucker and Dale, you get a Jack Brooks Monster Slayer. Okay, you get your naturally scary horror movies like Frozen. Okay, you get a Hatchet 2. Alright, you know. You get Jack Brooks Monster Slayer, as I said again. Tucker and Dale. That's a game changer, by the way. You know, but everything else is shit. Laid to Rest, Kiss My Ass. Shit in the Woods. Stay in the fucking woods. But Ready for This, 10 out of 10. I can't find nothing wrong with this film. It's a classic. I'm happy to be finally talking about this movie with you guys here. I hope you guys enjoy it. I don't know if the other review will be up tonight to make it, because I know it's going to take 1 hour to upload this shit. And I'm going to go watch the other movie next, which is Stand By Me, which came out the same year. That was more well received and stuff like that than this movie. But this movie isn't a bad film at all. It knows what it is, and it has its cake and eats it too. You know, if that makes any sense. I mean, it delivered. It didn't let me down. It didn't do like movies do sometimes. They show a trailer, wow, what the shit. Then you see the movie, wait a minute, that's not in there. Where is it? Wait a minute, what's this? What happened to this shot? Wait, what's this? Or become a whole pretentious bullshit or whatever. Look at that, you see? Survival horror movie, right? With no quarter shooting shotguns. None of that shit. Or super slow-mo like. You know, doing all that stupid shit or whatever. But this movie does it the right way. And it has fun with it. It's a movie I always enjoy a lot and stuff. I know, you know, people are like, when I read Christine. Christine's a different animal. I would always love that movie a lot. But I love this film too. Because this one is action, survival, horror, fun moments, not a downbeat ending, likable characters, God forbid. In the 80s, I mean, it makes you miss the 80s a lot, movies like this, really. You know, it really does. Even some movies in the 90s as well and stuff. But anyway, thank you for tuning in to this. Right? 10 out of 10 is the rating for this. I'm going to try to see if I can watch Stand By Me. If I can do a review for that tonight or whatever. But I'll see. I'll try what I can. If not, this will be uploaded tonight, I believe, even though it's a 1 hour video. But thank you all for tuning in to an episode of Friday Night 80s. And I'll see you all there. I'll see you all there. We made you! We made you! Who made who? made you. If they made who made who? In the other movies that suck today, they made this. If that makes any sense, I don't know. Thank you all for tuning in. I'm gonna go check out Stand By Me. And once again, who made who? Maximum Overdrive kicks ass and takes names.